The Zillertal Arena is the biggest ski area in the Zillertal and it's very impressive. I tested it for you on deck 26th and I would like to offer you a quick update for 2024 now regarding what you can expect there, how you can get there and what the whole thing looks like. First thing is, how do you get to the Zillertal, or rather where exactly is the Zillertal Arena located? Let's check the whole thing on Google Maps now. Of course we have Munich, Austria, Innsbruck, Zell and the Zillertal Arena here. Let's focus on that as the ski resorts will also be shown. It starts from Zell am Ziller and goes up here to Hochkrimmel, so you can see that here in these lines. I'll get a little closer. Also in Zell am Ziller there are 2 cable cars for ascent. Then, the truly beautiful thing about it is that you can drive almost all the way there, overshooting slightly into the countryside or the mountains, running parallel to this road down here, and then you come out in Görlos, arrive here, and then come out again in Hochkrimmel and Königsleiten, and then you just have the entire area as a massive ski resort, and you can observe it's like a line that stretches across the mountains with the gondolas where you can easily access. I really drove this round for you, and now let's take a look at the whole thing, and for that I'm going to switch to the interactive slope map. Switch it, works well, current status as of today, we'll take it now I believe 4th Jan on the vid. And here you can see all ESP in the green area. These are now the climb yards which go, here you can see this line again. I must be careful or else the pop-up windows from the trains will open right away. That means I will go up here, so you come up here in Zell am Ziller. Then you drive up here, I will close again, then you drive up this line, which you just saw, then down here and then up here again. And I have made it up here to the record ball. And first of all, right from the start, I recorded a little statement for you there about how long it took me there. We will take a look at that now, and then I will explain how I got there. I took almost 2.5 hours to get here to the Plattenkugel. It is not quite the farthest point from Zell am Ziller. That is simply because it is already 1 p.m. and I do not want to have too much stress. I also want to go back, and I think if I drive down here now, it will cost me an additional half an hour or at least 20 minutes. That's why we're returning now. I'm curious about the return duration, definitely demanding, beautiful, versatile. Yes, until the Plattenkugel about 2.5 hours, and now let's take a look at the slopes. Now let's open it up a bit more and show all the slopes that are open. You can also see almost everything in the green range. Currently only the valley runs are closed down here at Zell am Ziller. You can see that here there is currently no downhill run, but otherwise it's okay. To the ski area, to my impressions. It is a ski resort for skilled individuals. It is not solely a recreational ski area with only blue slopes, but it also involves demonstrating your abilities to some extent, so I truly want to recommend it to you. It is pure variety, and it is a bit suitable for individuals who have the ability to ski on snowy slopes. There is a parking area for blue slopes, just very short. We can show it to you here briefly. That's once down here. There are a few blue hips. And up in this vicinity, this particular area is relatively blue, so to speak, near the arena center location. You can already drive skillfully for beginners. You can also drive uphill skillfully. Everything works out. And what is also a very, very beautiful route is the blue area of the disc ball here. And that is all nice and blue, but the rest of the surrounding area is already red in color. And I'm simply wondering, how did I manage to arrive here? I traveled by train, taking the Rosenthal Almbahn 1 up to this location, and then I came up here to Käspitz and then proceeded to go over there. Initially there, then the Kreuzjoch Express, then back down here once more, and finally this train. It is always incredibly annoying with these interactive chairlifts, and then when I'm back here, it is really lonely. You have a large valley, a vast birth landscape, and no sights to behold. You can occasionally catch a glimpse in the pictures that I show you. So really, really lonely. You drive along a narrow, long descent through the mountains up here, then it goes up again here, and then it goes down here. And then I thought, wow, I have to buy a helmet now, because if I ride this whole round until here, there is a spot where I can only ride with a black slope. That's the 36 that you can ride then. But, and now comes the but, then I thought, because here is only a chairlift up, then I can't ride down with the chairlift, and I have to manage this black slope. And I can give you reassurance now. You can also use this chairlift down here. Exceptionally, what does exceptionally mean? That is provided for. Honestly, I did that. Got helmet for nothing, last one on slope without helmet. Unreasonable. I know you can comment if you want because nowadays everyone wears helmet. I also do now because I actually made the purchase of the helmet for the 36th time and I did not require that. Then I descended the chairlift and down here there is the connection once again with two small brief lifts going up. And here you can also anticipate stunning expansive slopes. I discover it nearly here in this region, nearly on the boundary to blue, but it is acceptable. And then you have to change here again, come up here and then go back here. I'll just show it down again to the Gerlos Pass. We can also zoom in a bit so you can have a better view of this. That is actually quite pleasant. Here I just drove up and then down here with the 55A. That also goes through the place. What is it? Königsleiten through, directly through the village. You come out here and you have bridges here where you go over the ski slope, over the streets, and then up here again, also with two things, and you are already up here, where I just showed you the whole thing. I wanted to go down to the back here, but I didn't have time, so I got scared. Because I left at 10 to 15, I thought it was almost 1 already. And if I had to go back again, the whole distance, it was too risky for me. I can already say in advance, as a spoiler, the return trip was much faster, so much faster. I haven't watched as many movies either. And so you could have driven here at least. And because I had such a great amount of respect, I did not even consume a Jager tea on the way, but I truly drove back without taking a break. Then you return and drive up to this location. You then proceed to drive over to the cable car at the summit, enjoying the scenic views on the way there. Then you can do this whole giant descent here, all in one piece. Then up here with this chairlift, with which I already went down earlier, with the Krombach Express. Then you have to go up here twice, once here and then again here with the cable car. At that moment, there was a small part where I thought, wow, the snow was not quite as beautiful in that particular location. Here, the 35 down, the Teufeltal already has a proper name. That was a bit too spooky for me because it was relatively smooth to ride down that day. And you truly have to, I would say, that is almost bordering on the color black, which is a very dark shade. But it worked well, I came down well, so it's not like that now. And then with this new cable car, what's it called again, Wild Krimmel, back up. And then you even managed to drive back here to Rosenheim, to the mountain station in a single descent. And that is something that can be accomplished quickly. And then I drove back down like that. So in any case, I found this ski resort because it goes so far in. We scroll again like this. Unfortunately, it doesn't work with my mouse because it goes so far in. I found it a really cool alpine panorama ski resort and a serious recommendation for all people who not only like the blue slopes like me, but also want to drive them a bit challenging. I sat with a guest, I think from Osnabrück or Paderborn, in the ski lift, and he had already been there for a whole week and said, yes, that's already a bit of work. Also work in the sense that you also have some demand, and I think so as well. Also very nice to drive, very good and very well developed. And due to the presence of two sizable slopes in Zell am Ziller, ascending rapidly is easily achievable. And there were, so I hardly had any waiting times. Yes, I had nearly no waiting times, perhaps 5 minutes, that was all. Otherwise, it was really good to drive, and on December 26th, when I was there, it was not quite as empty anymore. Week before Christmas I highly recommend it. It's really cool because almost everything is always empty. Then it started again. It started to get a little crowded. Up here at the Plattenkogel, you really have a wonderful panorama, blue slopes, and it's really nice and relaxing to ski there. Perhaps just a brief note regarding the infrastructure. That was also efficiently coordinated. I reached Zell am Zillertal by train, and there was also a bus that operated with a very, very high degree of frequency and consistency, making it extremely convenient for transportation in the area. I was informed that the max duration is 20 mins, and it tends to be faster, more often from the valley station here to the Rastkogel Rosenalmbahn, or rather the Rosenalmbahn. You have the ability to change immediately, go up, and the entire thing is finished. The Zillertal Railway is included in the ski pass if you possess the Zillertal Super Sky Pass. That means you do not have to pay for it. Of course, you do not have to pay anything for the ski bus. And you can use that. What I haven't tested, but I think it works, you can write it in the comments if I know it. You can also easily go up here with the ski bus system if you say you don't want to do the whole round. But I must admit you need to look it up yourself. I have not been able to verify that at this moment. particularly great. As I mentioned, I enjoyed the ball hitting the back of the plate. I really like these routes down in this area. And then in this particular area in front of the region around Rosenheim, that was also very, very beautiful. However, the advantage is truly unprecedented for me, as I have never experienced such a massive migration parallel to the road and ending there. So also a clear recommendation, and again here we don't get any money. I also paid for the ski pass normally. So this is not an advertisement that is paid somewhere, but simply I paid for the ski pass, set off and told you a little story here. And you know, because it was so beautiful, I'm now giving you an extra 20 seconds of panoramic and ski images from the area. And I bid farewell. And ultimately we will additionally connect you to the adjacent ski resort Meierhofen. And if you are also in the Zillertal, there is also the Kaltenbach Hochfügen ski area. This is also linked again at the back.